In this video, I'm going to talk about making a cumulative frequency curve. So a cumulative frequency curve is a graph of this table. What I'm going to show on my x-axis are my total points, and my y-axis is going to be my total players. So each point shows me the number of players who have gotten that amount of points or less. So the way that I do this is these represent my x coordinates. Notice these came from my original table as my upper boundary. These values in my cumulative frequency table are going to be my y coordinate. And then I'm going to add one extra point on the x-axis, which is going to be our minimum value and 0. So this is going to be my x-axis minimum value. And really I should have started my total points with being 0 because a player might not score any points in a game. So we could start with 0. All right. So this is my directions of what I've just said. We'll come back to percentiles. First, let's make our graph. So this is telling me to use a scale of 1 centimeter equals 10 points on the x-axis, 2 centimeters equals 10 players on the y-axis. So let's start by labeling. We've got points, and we have players. Oops. Okay. So we were told to use a scale of each centimeter is 10 points, and I'm going to go ahead and add my axis on here. I should have actually lined it up. So let's line this one up a little bit better. Still not there. All right, there we go. All right, so notice I don't need any negative values. I don't have negative points or negative players, and I don't need to label every box. I'm going to show my first one is 10, and my first one is 20. Sorry, I think this said 2 centimeters is 10 players, so I should have actually done that the opposite way and counted 2 boxes to make 10 players. So up here is 10. And now my points, 10, 20, 30, 40, I'm just going to label my 50 and my 100. And I know that my maximum was 140. And now I'll have 20, 30, 40, 50. And let me see. I don't actually have enough space on mine, because I know that I have to hit 60, 70, 80. So I really need a little bit more graph space. So now I'm going to plot my points. Remember, we said that our first point should be the minimum. So our minimum number of points was 0. I'm going to switch colors here. Let's go to this one. So my minimum points was 0. And then I had my next point. So my first boundary went from 0 to 20 points, and that was 9 players. So I've got 20 points, and about 9 is going to be about there. And then I went 40, and my next number of players was 22. So 40, here's 20, a little bit more than that to make 22. And then I had 60 and 45. So 30, 45. After 60, we had 80 and then 60 players. So there's 80, 45, 50, 55, 60. And then we had 171. So 60, here's 71 about, and then we had 78, and then 80. And then we want to connect those with a smooth curve. This is going to be difficult for me to do with my tablet. Hopefully you're going to do better with your pencil. So smooth curve all the way through my points. And there is my cumulative frequency curve. In the next video, I'm going to talk about percentiles.